Hi guys, welcome to today's video. In today's video, we'll look into a scenario in which Brazil becomes a world superpower, which is way more realistic than Austria, just saying. But still unrealistic though. And I would say they would expand, not in the French Guiana yet, because they may be ready to fight France when they do that. They might be like, what was NATO? Nope, it's not protected, luckily for them. It's on their favor for this. They go after Guyana and Suriname. How mean, going over at small nations. Well, it could be worse. It could be going at Paraguay. That'd just be mean. Paraguay has had enough happen. They don't need any more to happen. But yeah. Neither did Poland. Although Poland once was great. Yep. All the borders. That was when South America was entertaining. But, yeah. Exactly. But, let's see. They then take over Guyana. Suriname realizes maybe their border dispute with Guyana wasn't a good idea, and this led to this happening. But, they won't admit it, probably. But, that does seem realistic. Just don't fight when somebody's stronger than you is ran. Just side with them and then go on with what you're doing. Well, with Brazil's plan being to try and take over South America, they know Colombia will mean American aid. Chances are, and Argentina the same thing. We go to Peru. Why not? Why not? Why not just take over Peru? And there's pro-Brazilian people in there. Yep, I didn't tell you that part could happen. There's a Brazil here. Yep, they put people into Peru to start revolting once Brazil invades. Smart idea for them, for Brazil. And Peru, these people were also telling Peru not to spend money on the military because Brazil wouldn't attack. Because they didn't think they would, even though they knew they would. And as you can tell, they move up to the points where they started rebellions. And as you can tell, this led to them taking most of the land. Now for taking Lima, the capital. Now they move down the coast. With the rebels just going wherever they feel like at this point. Not really rebels, but you know. I guess agents, I don't know what you would call them, but yeah. As Peru realizes maybe this isn't going to end well. And end not well for Peru, it does. With Brazil being like, time to annex another nation, because why not? They're going to take over South America, hope is their goal. But they probably got an alliance started. But luckily some nations are not going to join it. And this is the South America Defense Pact. It includes Argentina, Colombia, Chile. France doesn't join, though. That would be cool. Bolivia, Chile. Venezuela decides, yeah, why not? We should join. And Brazil's like to the rest of South America, you made bad decisions. Not joining. And they're like, why? And Brazil's like, because. And they're like, as if. With Paraguay doing what we all know it would do. Paraguay and Uruguay are stronger than Brazil. Yep, they were the real superpower. Yep. No, not really. What actually happened, guys, was a bit worse. Well, they do keep the islands, lucky them. Yeah, that kind of happened. Wasn't a surprise, though. But they didn't realize something. They actually didn't join, but they actually did secretly join. Publicly, they hadn't joined, but really, both these nations had joined. And Brazil is now in a bit of trouble. With a lot of its military not in good spots for this. But they do what any other superpower would do. And they start attacking. In the invasion, they move into Bolivia, and they have some troops in Peru from earlier. So they use these, and they have a few thousand that can invade Venezuela, which is actually successful. And these nations didn't realize how strong they were. As this is what the southern front looks like as they move towards the capital of Argentina, Buenos Aires, which they eventually encircle like this. And then they move like this, because why not? And then they do this, because they want to make Chile into a bunch of different pieces. And then they're like, yeah, this is a bit cold. Maybe we will head north, because why would we go too far south and get cold? And they somehow climb the mountains, the Andes, and they have success. And not so much in the north, but as you can guess, they've just won. And then they take over the Falklands, but there's not much Britain can do. Because why would they? And then somehow, South America, with all of the supplies coming from North America and Europe, they're having a bit of trouble pushing. But then they have the British on their back, so yeah. They're doing a good job overall, guys. But they've now come for the peace treaty. The Treaty of Brasilia. And Brazil annexes South French Guiana. You may be like, but why would they do that? Wouldn't that be in war with NATO? No, it doesn't. I don't think they can't, along with Puerto Rico and a few other islands. With France being like, Brazil, you can't do this. Brazil's like, okay, France. Brazil takes over French Guiana. Brazil sends a navy up to here, yep. They send it to Greenland. Then they send it to Iceland, Britain, Ireland, Spain. But then they get where they want. They make a landing here. And France, and Germany, Italy, and Spain is like, land? And Switzerland's like, yeah, I'm done with neutrality. Yep, literally, Switzerland gave it up, I guess. They all said, wait, what? Brazil's winning here. We don't want North America and Europe. Even though Europe was in North America. And so on. With a quick advance taking Paris. Now the Germans are fully mobilized to meet over with Brazilian forces. With Switzerland being Switzerland, that's not neutral. So yeah, that's a bit weird to say. But yeah. With Spain moving up the coast, with the coast falling on France. Yep, as you can tell, Brazil's the one having the best day over here. And they say we should have most of it made puppet, with every nation agrees on. France says we want. Germany says Alsace-Lorraine and a bit more land. Italy says this land. And Spain says, yeah, we want some land. Any specific, they say, no. Let's see how it gets paired. The north, except the Mediterranean area. Germany expands into Alsace-Lorraine and a bit more. Switzerland just becomes a rectangle. Then we have Spain, who just expands north. Why not? Imagine they unite with Italy and reform Rome. That'd be something. That'd be quite the conquest. But as you can tell, they took the rule of I own a continent to mean literally own a continent. I guess they're the first. Not going to say that. Aren't they? Was there ever a continental country, a full continent? I want to say maybe there was, but then I'm like, no. Yeah, Mongolia didn't conquer all of Asia, but they kind of did. You could say they were bigger than this, yeah. Maybe they'll take over Africa. Now Brazil claims all of Africa. And they also start claiming Portugal as part of it. Yep. So yeah. And what else? Subscribe. We're almost to our goal. We're less than 100 away, so please subscribe. That's all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out. Bye, guys.